Hi, I'm Rosemary from Twin Flame Healing, and this is a follow-up on the false twin flame video. So what I didn't mention in the first video is that I have mentioned in other videos is that our intuition is the most important part of this journey. What sits and feels right in your soul. So just like I've told people, I will never tell somebody whether or not their twin flame is their twin flame. I will never tell somebody whether or not their twin flame is not their twin flame. So if they're in a false twin flame relationship. I believe that all of this information is something that resonates in your soul, and that is where you get your truth from. You've got to always be true to yourself and learn to work on your inner guidance. That, for me, is key in this journey. Your soul mission as a twin flame is to raise consciousness of this planet. It's to be in alignment with love in the highest degree that we as human beings can fathom it, understand it, be it. That is our soul mission. That is pretty huge. So obviously there are going to be energies and forces that are against it, because of course there's always this whole story of light and dark, and spiritually there is no, that is true. I mean, look at the planet. We've got amazing things and we've got really awful things. There's energy that wants to keep it awful, and there's energy that wants to raise it. Hence, hello, light workers and twin flames. That is part of our mission. So there are energies that want to keep twin flames out of soul purpose and out of mission. They want to keep twin flames down. They want to keep all this energy, whatever you want to perceive it as or understand it as. I'm not going to go into that. But basically, it's going to try and keep twin flames in a loop. It's going to try and keep twin flames away from union with their true twin flame. It's going to, because the longer that happens, and the longer that twin flame's vibration is low, then of course the planetary vibration stays low, which a true twin flame is not going to want to hide from the truth. They are going to want to dig and move and make progress on their spiritual path, because they are on mission. They are on soul purpose. If you are stuck in a connection with a being who is not showing any form of movement and growth inside themselves, the love of a twin flame is supposed to support that. It's supposed to encourage that. It's supposed to want to pull out the best in each other. And it's shit and it's painful because you're pulling out all these low frequencies from yourself, but you want to work together for this mutual thing. And maybe I'm sounding totally totty and totally idealistic, and that's possible. I was born the eternal optimist, okay? And at the same time, I was born with somebody who really wants to know truth. I don't want to ever pull the wool over my eyes. And I only want to live truth. So, for example, in my twin flame experience and my twin flame connection, I seriously don't think that the connection that I'm in is of a true twin flame frequency, because of how it has made me feel. But saying that, I have only gained good out of this experience, because I have managed to learn about things and shed stuff from myself that I didn't even know was possible. So that being said, I have enormous gratitude to this human being who has fulfilled that role in my life. I chose that. I chose to have this awakening in the way that I've had it, and I could not have had this understanding of self-love and self-respect and really valuing myself as a human being and this mission and this purpose had it not been for the experience that I've been through. Now, again, there's always a contradiction, okay, because my experience has not been dreadful. I haven't had somebody who's been cruel to me or rude to me. Well, he's been rude, but he hasn't been, there's not been fights and this abuse and this like reeling me in and then spitting me out. No, it hasn't been like that at all. But the lesson that I've got has been to really stand in my worth and have an understanding that a true twin flame is going to feel the worth of their twin flame. That is what the beauty of this connection is. The beauty of this amazing bond that you share with somebody. A true twin flame is not going to ever want to turn their back on it. Yes, it's going to make them afraid, and they're going to have moments of wanting to run off and deal with their shit and then come back again, but there's always going to be a want to come back. If you are in a connection with a person who doesn't see your value, who doesn't make you feel valued, who doesn't want to increase your growth, who doesn't want to develop you spiritually, a person who doesn't want to develop themselves spiritually, a person who doesn't want to get rid of their baggage, a person who wants to be blocked and stuck, a person who is emotionally unavailable, a person who is constantly making excuses to not be in your company, a person who's constantly making excuses for their bad behavior, I guess, even if they don't make the excuses, they're just kind of like, well, this is who I am, just deal with it. That is not a high frequency connection. That is kind of like same shit, different day in my experience anyway. So if you want to set new templates of love, you've got to have a new example that you're living from for yourself too. So what is crazy about the false twin flame connection, although the learning is enormous, it is so huge, and I believe it accelerates. I mean, with a false twin flame, it can accelerate just as much as it can with a true twin flame. But with a true twin flame, you're going to be learning in love. That is fact. Because you're both going to want to be together. And sure, you're going to hurt each other. And sure, there's going to be buckloads of shit that's going to come up. But there's a mutual want to be together because that draw to the soul is so deep to each other. So with a false twin flame, the draw for the learning, the draw for the growth, the draw to love you back is not going to be mutual. That is where I understand the humongous warning bell. Personally, me being who I am, this doesn't scare me, it doesn't bother me, it doesn't worry me, because I only want truth and I can surrender to whatever that is. So if this human being who I've had this twin flame experience with is my true twin flame, then they will behave in that manner. That's how I understand it. Just like I'm willing to go all in with all my heart, that human being will reciprocate if they are a true twin flame. You will wake them up. They will wake you up to this love, no matter what the circumstances are in your life. If you are married to somebody else, if you are having like a really hard transition, this love is what's going to pull you through. This love is going to give you strength. This love is going to help you shift out of abusive situations. This love is going to draw you. By no means is this love going to be the one that's going to do it for you, but it's going to be the catalyst. It's not going to be catalyst to constant pain and suffering in your life. And that is the template you're trying to change. So if you are putting yourself in a situation with a human being who is not feeding you in love, I kind of think you've got to look at that from a really realistic perspective. If you yourself are lying to yourself, if you are only basing everything that you feel on this connection, because a true twin flame and a false twin flame, it is the same. It is the same connection. And I know that is like such a mad thing to get your head around. It is a mind fuck, because the connection is deep. The love is deep. It is still love. It is still true, but it's not reciprocated. That reciprocation part is key to twin flame love. If it is not reciprocated, you're not going to make progress. You're going to be sitting in a loop for the rest of your life with this person. You're going to be sitting and lying to yourself for the rest of your life that you've got to just give and give and give and surrender to the love, and you're always feeling intense and you always got this person in your mind, and you know, it's just always taking your energy. If you can see it from that perspective, that there's no peace in your soul, this is not true love. Love is peace. Love is good. Awakening is not easy, but it will still have peace in the awakening. There's not going to be a battle of questioning. Am I loved? Does this person want me? You know, am I worthy? I don't think that they see value in me. Those are things that are just easy little fundamentals. Understand this. If you are a true twin flame, which you are if you're watching this and you've been through the twin flame experience, without doubt, you understand what love is. You understand what it means to love another human being. Then you need to understand what it means to love yourself and have that love reciprocated. There will always be an argument of unconditional love where you can't put an expectation on somebody else. You should just love them regardless of whether or not they love you. Yeah, sure, but they're not your kid, okay? They're not a child. They don't have no understanding of love. They're not like a retard. They know what love is. And your true twin flame will know what love is because you will awaken love in them, okay? That is the key. You're awakening love in one another. Not hurtful, mean, callous behavior. You're awakening love in each other. So, again, please take what resonates with you and what doesn't. But something that I do want to point out, which I think is very important too, and not everybody is going to like to hear this, because people don't like to hear things because they get stuck on a concept. They get stuck on an idea. And they are themselves blocking themselves, okay? You're blocking yourself if you're not willing to receive love and think that it's okay for somebody not to reciprocate love back at you. Because then you are not unconditionally loving yourself. You're actually making yourself a martyr and a human sacrifice for the rest of your life. You've decided, well, you know, you've got this connection to this human being which is so intense and you feel so much, therefore you have to sacrifice yourself for the rest of your life. No. You need to work on yourself. You need to work on your frequency. You need to find what makes you happy and get onto your soul purpose. That person is either going to jump on the bandwagon with you, which a true twin flame will do, or they're not. They're going to make you feel shitty about your truths, about your understanding, about the love you have to give. They're going to tell you that you're oversensitive and you're pathetic and you think too much and you feel too much and you this and you. They're going to make you feel like shit, man. That's not love. That's not love. It's never been love. So change your template. A true twin flame is going to change its template with you. One who is not, you're going to be stuck in a loop for eternity. You are not making space for a true twin flame in your life if you keep up the charade of thinking that, you know, sacrificing yourself for the rest of your life is love. Because it's not. It's painful. It hurts. And it should never hurt like that. Not by somebody who is the absolute energetic blueprint of your soul. The absolute energetic blueprint of your soul is want to love your soul. They're going to want to love your soul back as much as you're going to want to love theirs. So this is a painful subject. It's a painful subject to get told that you're investing your energy into somebody who doesn't love you back. Start investing that energy into yourself. Can't, you know, turn it around. Turn that energy of needing to be loved by this other human being, obsessively thinking you need to be loved by this other human being. That is not healthy. That is not good. That is not being kind to your spirit, especially when they don't love you back. When you love yourself back, you have the power to say, thanks, but no thanks. This isn't working for me. I only want people in my life who love me, who value me, who appreciate me just as I do them. It's mutual, not self-sacrificing. Again, please, if you've got comments, if you've got questions, and I'm sorry if I've freaked loads of people out and if I've triggered awful things in other people, I apologize. I really just want people to stop suffering in this connection. This connection is a beautiful thing. It's beautiful love. So stop blocking that by thinking that suffering and abuse towards yourself is love, because it's not. Okay? A true twin flame will jump on your template. Just remember that. And you can't lose a true twin flame. And it's got to give you some confidence. If you're afraid of losing this bond with somebody, it's not real. It's not real if there's a fear of loss. If you know without a doubt that you can't lose the bond of a twin flame, who gives a fuck then if they're out of your life temporarily because they got to sort their shit out and come back at a higher frequency for you? Trust the universe. Trust as well that if the universe is keeping you apart from somebody who you think is your true twin flame, there's a reason for that. And I also believe that there's this like I say, this play of energy that wants to keep our frequencies low, so we cannot live our purpose, and we got to live our soul purpose in order to raise the frequency. So not enough twins are coming into union because they're stuck on this fucked up idea of love, and self-sacrifice is not fucking love. I don't think it is either, at all. I really don't. These people are not children. Yes, you love your child without getting back, but eventually your child loves you back too. If you've done a good job, you bring up, loving, lovable people who love you back and show you love back eventually when they become adults, and then hopefully become your bestest friends too. So please, love is not only about giving and not getting back. You need to get back for yourself because you deserve it. Love is giving and receiving. Okay, so again, please step into your power and be filled with self-love, passion for yourself and the amazing human beings that you are. Sending you all masses of love as always.